And for years, a remarkable number, week 5 in the league where they play for pay. All right, 20 picks into the season, 9-11, nothing to write home about. But, you know, it's been a little tricky, so it's not terrible. You can get past that with a couple of good ones. And this is probably risky, but I'm gonna go to the well with the Giants. They're 2.5-point favorites. They're banged up on defense, but you know what? I think this is a game where their offense has got to come to the fore. I like that Deal's going to play on the offensive line. I think that's a big positive. I think it's time for Wilson to wake up against and for Knicks to wake up against a very bad defense. I think the Eagles are coming to town. I just think the Giants know they have to win this game. They've turned it over 16 times. If they don't turn it over, they can score enough to beat the Eagles. Hey, listen, McCoy's going to give them trouble. Vic will give them trouble. Eagles will run it a lot. They have to just bend but not break, not give up the big play, and not give up the score in the red zone, hold them to field goals, make some big plays. It's time for Eli to have a big game. Don't turn it over. That's the bottom line. It is now or never. I can tell you right now, Giants to win this game, there is not a chance I would pick them again this season. Giants minus 2.5, pick number 1. Game number 2. I look for teams that I think are still good that need to bounce back, and I like the Packers minus 7. The Lions thought they'd win that game last week against the Bears. Now they go on the road against the Green Bay team that has to get things turned around right now. Green Bay's 1-2, but when you look at the 1-2, they lose at San Francisco, they lose at Cincinnati, and let's be honest, they can win either game. They're 1-2, but they've outscored their opponents by 8 points. They can, they're going to get great quarterback play. They're home. They get a Lion team that can be had, a Lion team that can be explosive, but a Lion team that can obviously give up points. I expect this to be a fairly high-scoring game. Bush has made a difference for the Lions. I think the Packers, with a time off, will be ready to go. I expect a very, very big game from Rodgers. A really big game from Rodgers and a big win. 31-17, 38-24, something like that. Call 2 scores right in there. Line is 7. Give me Green Bay minus the 7 for pick number 2. I'm not going to pick the Broncos and the Cowboys. Maybe I will Sunday, but I'm not going to today. I'm going to lay off it. I'm going to lay off it. I thought about it, but I'm not. I'm going to go with the Dolphins minus the 3 against the Ravens. I'm not in love with the Ravens. I don't like anything I saw. I didn't like what I saw on the road last week. I don't think things are going to get better right now. I think they have some problems in the lineup. I think, Flacco's having the blues right now. They lost last week to a bad Buffalo team. They're 2-2. And that's okay, but I don't think they're that good, and I think the Dolphins need to step right back in. I thought they did some very good things even in defeat last week, and I think they'll play well at home here. Probably a close game, but again, the line is only 3, and I think the Dolphins will come up and win the game. I saw some good things. I think they're going to put a lot of pressure on Flacco. I think they can get some turnovers. And I expect them to play well at home. Like I said, not in love with the Ravens. I was impressed by the Dolphins. I'll go with the Dolphins minus 3. So 3 favorites, rather none crazy sized. Giants minus 2.5, now or never. Packers to bounce back and get to 500 minus 7. And the Dolphins to snap back off their loss to the Saints minus 3. The picks for week number 5.